Alright, 6.1, solving trigonometric equations. So this is obviously not a trig equation right here, right? This is a basic algebraic equation. I wanted to start with this just so that you had a little bit of a process down as to what you'll be doing for trig functions. It's identical, okay? And just a few things slightly different, but identical idea. We need to get x by itself, or the input value by itself, right? So let's get x by itself, add 7x, get 10x. I'm going to subtract 5x over here, or 5 rather, and get 10x equals 10, divided by 10, get x equal to 1. Okay? Same idea when we do trig functions. We want to get the x value by itself. Here is our first trig equation. We got 2 tan theta plus 2 is equal to 0. Similar to our algebraic equation, we want to get tan theta alone, okay, in order to find out what theta can be equal to. So I'm going to subtract 2. Divided by 2. We're going to get tan theta is equal to -1. Now, in the directions for any sort of problem you have with this, you'll be told one of two things. The answer is going to be between 0 and 360 degrees, or it's going to be between 0 and 2 pi. Okay, so pay attention to that, please, whenever you see the directions. I'm going to do both just so you can see both. So where is tan theta equal to -1 in this case? So we remember, tangent is y over x. So where's the y value divided by the x value going to come out to be -1? That would be, if you look at those over 4 for radians, right? The pi over 4 is 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4. That's usually going to get you 1 or -1. Now, where is it going to be -1 at? Well, it'll be negative in the second quadrant because x value is negative, y value is positive. And the fourth, because the y is negative, x is positive. So if we were asking for radians, your two answers would be 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. If I was asking for degrees, it would be 135 degrees and 315 degrees. So depending on what you're asking for, whether it's degrees or radians, that would be your answer. Alright, next trig equation, we got 2 sine theta plus 4 is equal to 0. So, as we said before, let's isolate sine theta and divide by 2. Sine theta is equal to -2, so where in unit circle sine theta equal to -2? Never. Your sine and cosine, remember, can only have an output between -1 and 1. So, no. Not possible. Easy enough, right? Yeah. So, not possible. Alright, so this is kind of an interesting one, right? So we got cosine of a minus 50 degrees equals root 3 over 2. So let's talk about this a little bit. So where is cosine equal to root 3 over 2 on your unit circle? What are your radians? Your radians for those cases are going to be at what? Pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. Okay, those are the two values going to get root 3 over 2. But we have 50 degrees in here, so we need to know what degrees are, right? So 30 degrees and 330 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have two separate small equations here. A minus 50 degrees equals 30 degrees, and a minus 50 degrees equals 330 degrees. So solve for a is equal to 380 degrees, a is equal to 80 degrees. So two solutions are 80 and 380. Alright, so we've got 2 cosine theta minus 5 equals 3 cosine theta minus 2. So let's isolate the cosine thetas. Move that 2 over. We're going to get -3 equals cosine theta. And oh my, cosine theta equals -3. There are no values for theta that will get us -3 because cosine can never be equal to -3. So this is also a not possible one. So, yeah, not possible. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, in this case here, we're going to have to factor. So, just like we did with factoring algebraic equations, we do the 5 over 2 cosine squared theta plus 11 cosine theta plus 5 equals 0. AC method. Remember AC method? Take this value times this value is 10. And I'll write that to the side, 10. What factors of 10 add up to 11? 1 and 10. 1 and 10 add up to 11. So we're going to substitute in 2 cosine squared theta plus 10 cosine theta plus 1 cosine theta plus 5 equals 0. So factor out 2 cosine theta. You're left with cosine theta plus 5 plus 1 parentheses cosine theta plus 5 equals 0. Cosine thetas match up, so I'll factor those out. Cosine theta plus 5 times 2 cosine theta plus 1 equals 0. Set both factors equal 0. Yeah, cosine theta is equal to negative 5. Any value for theta equal to negative 5? Nope, so not going to work. This, on the other hand, so subtract 1, divide by 2, cosine theta equal to negative 1 over 2. Where does cosine theta equal negative 1 over 2? That would be at, and we'll just do radians. We won't do degrees this time. So 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Those two values will get you an output of negative 1/2. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in class.